So welcome to another exciting edition of Grant Source Live. Again, I am your host. My name is Alan Thornton. I am the founder and the executive director of Grant Source. Today we have an exciting show. We have the founder and the CEO of the African Chamber of Commerce there in St. Louis, Mr. Segun Babalola. So we're going to talk to him, learn a little bit about his organization. But before I do that, I got to give our shout out to our sponsors. So we want to thank Mixergy for sponsoring this show. For those of you who would like to learn from top entrepreneurs like Gary Vaynerchuk, Guy Kiyosaki, any entrepreneur, Damon John, Mixergy has over 100,000 different interviews with some of the top entrepreneurs in our space, and any mentor that you've ever wanted to learn anything from, they're going to be there. So they are offering our members 20% off an annual membership. And if you're sitting in your office and there's no furniture, officefurniture.com is offering our community 30% off anything on their site, and you can get your entire office G'd up from the feet up. So with that, I'm going to turn it up, and we're going to turn it over to Segun. So tell us a little bit about you. We want to know, how'd you get started and how long have you guys been in existence?
Oh, man. Thank you, Alan, man. I appreciate you having me on the show tonight. But yeah, man, first off, I just like the way you introduced the office furniture, saying, G'd up from the feet up. I like that. I've never heard that before. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, though. But yeah, okay, so like you said, I'm just trying to introduce myself. I'm the president of the African Chamber of Commerce here in St. Louis, and we cover the St. Louis region. And what we pretty much do is that we bring entrepreneurs, African immigrant entrepreneurs here in this region together in one organization to be able to share resources, provide them with resources, and also those American businesses that are willing to do business in Africa, those who will do business on the continent. And we are the best organization to position ourselves to be able to kind of launch you into the continent. If you don't know nobody there, you don't know where to start from, we are the ones who are going to help you get into the continent. So that's really the purpose of what the organization is for. And also just building awareness generally about the business climate that exists in Africa, so people can understand that there's opportunities on the continent.
Excellent. And tell us what kind of impact are you guys making? Because I know we're Grant Source, we're trying to work with a lot of different chambers across the nation, because the chamber is really the beat on the street in every local city, because that's usually where people go to find resources. So what kind of impact are you guys making?
Absolutely. We've been making a tremendous impact on the communities since we were established. We've only been around for about 2 years now. And, our membership has grown tremendously during that period. But really, like you said, chambers of commerce tend to be the hub, the center of resources for business owners or small business owners who are just looking to connect and tap into those resources that are available to them. And so we've been able to, thus far, the members that we have been able to tap into a lot of government, resources, grants that are out there, and even just generally meeting other entrepreneurs that can help them accomplish what their goals are. So we've grown in number. I'm not sure if I'm to share the numbers here with you.
You can do whatever you want, brother.
Okay. Oh, all right. Sure. Yeah. So we've grown to about 30 actual members in the last 2 years, and we have about a contact list of about 500 individuals. Now, what I mean, a contact list of 500 individuals, these are individuals who come to our events, network with us, and always inquire about certain things, but would maybe still want to hold off on being actual paid members. So that's the kind of impact we're making in our community right now. And we're growing. We're getting more American businesses who have never done business outside of the country. And some of them might actually be more comfortable doing business in Mexico, but because when they come to our event, they see how we've actually been able to help other businesses do transactions down all the way across the Atlantic Ocean with Africa So they decide to say, hey, you know what? Let me be part of this organization. How can I get into the continent? I say, hey, you're in the right place.
Now, I know we're going to get a lot of questions because there's a lot of businesses across the nation that want to do, and even nonprofit social enterprises that want to do things in Africa. Now, is it just limited to St. Louis? If there's people across the nation that need help, can they contact you?
Absolutely. We are open to anybody who has business anywhere in the United States willing to do business on the continent of Africa. But we're primarily focused on the St. Louis region. So what that really means is that what it means is we actively target businesses that are here in this region who have their operations here in the St. Louis region, and are willing to go into the continent of Africa or find a buyer on the continent or market on the continent. But if you are somewhere in the Houston region and you wanted to participate, you can definitely reach out to us, and we'll always be definitely willing to help. Although there are other regional African chambers of commerce in different parts of the country. So, we might be at the end of it all, we might end up having to refer you to your local chamber, but we work with anybody. We're open.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. And we appreciate that. And I mean, we're here, and what GrantSource does is we help companies and nonprofits find money for their mission. Like I said, we're trying to work with a lot of different associations, chambers, and nonprofit organizations. What stood out to you, and how do you see GrantSource helping your organization?
So to streamline our search, our sourcing of grants, that's really what it is for us. Because thus far, really what we've been doing in the past is that each member of our board, each member of our staff has to go out there and search for grants. And whether you Google grants or you personally stumbled upon one just through a conversation with somebody, then you bring it back to us and say, hey, I found a grant that I think we will qualify for, and I think would be a great source of revenue for us. And we actively pursue this. The problem with that is that you have to make sure that everybody remembers to come back and feed the information to the organization. You also have to make sure they have the details right, because, if you met somebody at a cocktail, and they were talking about, hey, you should look into this grant, and they told you the acronym for the grant, you probably forgot by the time you got home. So it is really important that we were able to actually kind of have a database that we could actually use to actually kind of filter the noise and then be able to get that information that we need. And so that's the reason why when I initially met you, I was like excited about this, because we've been looking for something like this that is just centralized and able to kind of feed us the information we need, and we can actually clear out the cluster that is out there, because there's so many grants out there, but not every grant is meant for us, and not every grant we want to go for. So that's just how we felt, and that's why you guys are perfect for us.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. And we're going to wrap up here short. We like to keep it short and sweet, but just tell us what you're passionate about and give us one tip that our audience can take away going into the rest of their day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm passionate about collaboration and working to strengthen relationships that people would never have seen to have existed if not for the human connection. So, for instance, in my own case, I'm passionate about the continent of Africa. I believe there's a lot of potential and a lot of business opportunity being missed out. But I also believe that the continent of Africa currently is the last frontier. China has had its turn. Asia has had its turn. Africa is the next frontier. And as they always say in Africa, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. That's how I feel. So right now I want to go far, and I know you want to go far. So you got to go. Let's just collaborate and make this happen.
We're taking that, and that just got 5,000 hits on social media. Kill him, man.
All right.
Being on the show. I want to thank everybody for watching, and remember, at GrantSource, we appreciate our sponsors. Thank you, Mixergy. I want to thank OfficeFurniture.com, and we'll leave you with this. It's not about the money. It's all about the impact. You guys have a great day.
Absolutely. You too. Take care now.